Hi everybody, welcome back to Wola Zabierzowska for episode number 12, where we're picking up exactly where we left off. November, we've moved on to the second day in November, just to get contracts coming up on that, and we got a couple of things lined up. We've a soybean harvest, which we're going to have to wait for the rain to stop, which will be gone in a while, and then we have a ploughing contract and a cultivation contract. I think that 56 is the field we done the sugar beet in, if I remember. It is, yeah. Okay, we're going to start the cultivation contract. Animals are all okay. I'll need to top the water up at some stage, but yeah, as we signed off, we have 50 baby goats, so we now have 100 in the pen. Grass wise, we're okay. We're going to look at selling some of the grass because we need to get our funds up another 100 grand because we need to get a grain mill so we can deal with our flax now. Cultivator, I'm going to deal with this tractor, and I'll put the weight on it as well. So plan is to work through the winter. There'll probably be just the 3 contracts a month, and that's it. We don't have any work to do in our own fields. We're not going to have anything to do in our own fields at all. The only thing I'm anticipating is weeds in the 2 fields we sold, which is our canola and our oats. I'll tell you what, when we're going past the oats, we'll actually check it. Oh, couldn't see the tree because of no leaves on it. I was actually just looking at the goats on the way by. Right, let's see, does this give us weeds growing? Growth. Does not giving us weeds. This wasn't ploughed. This was only direct drilled. Okay, that's interesting. I wonder is the other one the same. I'll check it after anyway. So the game plan is to push through the next 2 months at least, maybe into January as well, because there won't be much in the line of, it'll just be the contracts is all it has to be done. And then we're back to rolling the dice again. And do we repay the loan? Get a chance to repay, which we don't have to if we need the money for something else, which we do. And then if we get a no and we respin again, do we have to take another 100,000? Which I said after the last time, it would have been nice. To actually have the loan to push ahead, but we still would have only got to the money last month to actually place the what you call it, place to buy the oil mill so we could produce flax oil. But no, it's kind of, we're not that far behind. If it does happen, we're only 2-3 months behind if we did end up getting take another loan. Now, if we don't get that, it's going to be another 6 months probably before we'll be able to. Did I drop it down? Didn't know. Oh, I'm on the wrong group. Don't know why I wasn't dropping. It'll probably be another 6 months before we can get the oil mill. Now, had crossed my mind, should I buy the grain mill first or the oil mill? Because we've a lot of barley and a lot of barley to process. I'm starting to think now, I should have put this on the the New Holland. If this is going to struggle in the damp conditions. It is too. Right. I'm going to drop that there. I'm going to go back and get the New Holland. This is going to struggle. And I'm going to be giving out. Why didn't I do it? I was only trying to think, like, this should pull it. It would pull it if it wasn't raining. Now the rain will disappear, but look at, let's use the other one. Anyway, game plan. Let's get the contracts done. Contracts done next month. Take care of the animals. Take care of anything else we need to. And let's see what the dice rolls. I was just going to say there's no cars. There's always lots of cars at that junction. Let's see what the dice rolls for Garstallone, and then we'll take it from there. or for now, I'm just going to go back, swap tractors, and get going on this field, because I can't do the harvest until the rain stops anyway. Right, I had enough of the messing about. I brought the New Holland down, it still wouldn't go. We did have this problem last year in the winter on this map with the wet conditions. So we put Jules on. Cost me $6,000 to put them on this, but yeah, it's going okay now. It's going. It's great. Some difference. I was still only getting 8 kilometres an hour and wheels were spinning and everything else. So I did say that last year when I was struggling with the other tractor. Maybe I needed Jules. So the New Holland will be staying. We won't be getting rid of this anytime soon. It's what we wanted. It's 203 horsepower, so it's just under our limit of 210. And yeah, she'll do the work for us. So there you go. She's flying along once I put the Jules on. Best 6,000 I ever spent. Now, will I get that back on the contract? Probably not. Where are we? Cultivate. Oh, I actually will. That's okay. We'll still make 3,700. So that's grand. Yeah, so I'll get on with this. Just a quick update on that, because I really was surprised how it was not much better than the John Deere. It was a little better, but not much. And I thought, right, do I need bigger tyres? Because there were only the standards which were on it. And I literally then just went back up, looked at the price for changing to Jules, and I said 6,000 as opposed to spending 2,000 for wider tyres. That probably wouldn't make any difference. So I have to say, yeah, looks the part for winter work, doesn't it? It does. Okay, I'll get this field done anyway, and then I'll move on to the ploughing if it's still raining, and then the soybeans. So in total, just on the contracts, we have less this month. We'll have just 20 grand. We had 30 and 30 2 months ago and 31 last month, which were kind of exceptions. We've been usually getting around between 18 and 20 something, low 20s for the contracts. So we've done well for them 2 months. So we're doing okay for this month. We'll have 20 grand in the bank and take off the 6 I spent. So any other running costs. So the money keep heading the right way anyway. Okay, I'll work away on this and update you as we get through this contract work. This is going well. I really don't understand why I didn't use Jules before on any saves nearly. I would have used them the odd time, more for aesthetics than anything else. It wasn't a necessity because I was getting wheels spinning and that, but the difference it's made here is just night and day. It's just unbelievable. Now, there you go. First time it's hit 15 kilometres an hour is the working speed. Now the rain has stopped, but we're getting there, up and down. We're getting it. Like, I mean, we've been going most of the 13, so yeah, it was a good choice, spending that money. So we're not too far off getting this done, 83%. And then I'll probably do the harvest because I don't want to take a chance on the weather turning again and leave the ploughing until last. So the harvest should be easy enough. It's field right beside the vehicle dealership, which is grand because I have to go down and collect my bunning trailer that I bought, which seems like forever ago. Shows you how seldom I go down to the shop to buy anything or do anything, but yeah, it's still sitting down there. Right, I'll get this knocked out. Almost finished the harvest. First time doing soybeans on this map. I wonder, should we try and hang on to the excess soybeans, let's see. Because I know they won't be at a good price. Be holding on to them until June. We'll have a look and see what we manage to keep when we do the sale. I think our bunning trailer has a grinder on the back as well. In the field over there, I'm sure it has. We have to go up to the big farm to deliver them, which is up the top of the map, up north-eastern corner, up where the stone sell point is. So I've emptied in the trailer once, so there's 4,500 litres more That trailer's grand. There's a bit more space in it. If we had the other trailer now, we wouldn't get it all in, so we'd be making 2 runs. So I haven't sold the West trailer. I don't know whether to sell it or whether to hang on to it. It's kind of money in the bank. Moving forward, it may be valuable enough to keep. At the time, I think we actually bought that trailer new because there was nothing on the market when we needed one. So let's see. Put these in the trailer. It'll tell us exactly what's in it. $12,000, 13,562. That's not bad. What about to deliver according to the contract? I have to deliver 12,600. Okay, now there's less than 1,000 litres. I will probably sell it. Okay, gonna get this in the bang the mic. Gotta get this back on the trailer, and then I'll get the soybeans up to the delivery point. Okay, €853 bonus we got from the soybeans. There wasn't much point in keeping them because by the time I would have stopped, it'd be less than 1,000 litres, and we'd have to hold on to them until next June. I think this is our field for the plough. Where's the middle? That'll do. Somewhere around there. Fold, even though it doesn't really show any action when you're unfolding it. Like that line will do for a start. Off we go. Drop it down. Right, we better set our speed so when we're lifting the plough, we don't head off into the sunset. Okay, gotta get this done. That'll be the last of the contract, so that's it for November. Then we'll be moving forward. I'll knock this out. I'll bring you back to give you a grand total on the contract money for this month. Right, we're right at the end of November. Moved right forward, done nothing today at all. Got everything finished yesterday. Before we move forward, we're going to collect the contracts. Now, contracts for this month, we had 3. So the ploughing, soybean harvest and cultivation. In total, it was €20,642 that we get for that. So we're going to collect them all before we move forward. There you go. So we're back up to 155,943. And we're going to sleep and move forward to December 1st. And to see what 9:30 I had a zephyr because it's very dark. It'll still be dark enough now, even moving forward into December at 9:30 in the morning. Let's see. How are we? A little bit kind of tractor demo scale has become available. Let's have a look at that. While you're here, this is using the red tape mod. Now, they're usually only small tractors. What's that? You know what? We take it anyway, even if we don't use it. We just leave it at the shop. We probably won't use it. That's being honest with you. Looking at the event logs, 5 points, evaluation restricted, slurry application, we're not doing any. This brings you up, your rating up in your red tape mod. When you do the policies or keep with the schemes. Now we're not doing reduce because we're not wrapping anyway. We know grazing, natural grazing. Apart from, I suppose we have the goats, but that would mean putting no feed in with them at all. So the only one we're doing is the tractor. Let's jump over and see what it is. What we got? John Deere 6230 premium, which is 100 horsepower, small tractor. What hours are on it? They're usually fairly high. What we're going to do is what we usually do. The only reason I accept these is just in case it stops giving them to me. So I'm just going to park this over here. It's not really any use to us. We were trying out on the tether or something like that, but we're not going to have any grass to tether at all. Yeah, there we go. Let's get out. Now, if we check our crops, just since we move forward, we do our field. So canola is growing 4 of 9, oats are growing 2 of 5, and grass is growing 2 of 4. This is off a little bit because it's saying only 50% fertilised. They are actually fully fertilised for precision farming. So I don't really pay that much attention to that. Now, contract-wise, is there anything here yet? One cultivation contract at 5,170 to 5,200. We're going to take that. We're going to do it with our own equipment. So we'll do it with the... I have to say, the ploughing worked out great with the duals on this. It was unbelievable, the difference. It was such a pleasure to do. I only have this at 171 horsepower. She's not maxed out to the 203 that we can go to because we're allowed up to 210. The max is 212. I can keep it to 203, and we are maxed out to that. We're going to be maxed out to that when we upgrade. It's 11,000 to do that. There's no urgency on it, so we're not going to do that at all yet. Just anyone who's joined me on this episode and hasn't been here for the Triple Threat Challenge, I'll just explain to you how the threats work while I'm driving down to the field. We got 3 different threats on that we have to deal with on the map. The first one is when we start out on the map, we spin the wheel. What I say when we spin the wheel is we take all the crops that are available in fields on the map when we start the map up at first. Now, there is 42 or 44 crops overall, but there was only 20 of them in fields. So what I done was I gave a list to ChatGPT of the 20 fields that were actually planted in the field, and I asked it to spin at that 20 and pick me a random crop, which is a crop I have to buy. Whatever fields have that crop in, when I started on the map on the first day, I have to buy them, not straight away, but overall, you have to buy them down the road. You must buy them, and whatever your crop is, you must harvest. Well, the way I'm doing is I'm sowing, harvesting, sowing the crop, looking after harvesting it, and then you have to process whatever comes off that. With flax, you get flax oil. So I need the on-map oil mill. You can't place an oil mill. You have to use the map production to actually do the production on. So that's 240,000. Now, with flax, you also get flax straw, which you can produce fabric, which is unusual for straw to produce fabric. But I'm not sure whether I needed to actually do that. But I took it upon myself to actually decide to actually do the fabric as well. So I need to buy the spinnery. So in total, it's between the two of them, it's nearly 400,000 to deal with the flax straw. Now I have it stored and I can't sell it, but the other straw from my other fields I can sell. So anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Yeah, with the threat, you must sow whatever crop you get. You could have got wheat, you could have ended up with 11, 12 fields or barley or whatever, but I ended up with 6 fields. Now I do have one of them already. I've already sowed the flax in it and I've harvested it. That's why I'm waiting to get the oil mill before I can do anything with that. What I chose to do was I chose to plough all the fields I had back in, mulch them and plough them back in, and start with no crop in them. I just gave myself a little bit of a harder task, that's all. Just the way I wanted to do it myself. It wasn't part of the requirements, but it was just wanted to add in a little bit extra. So by doing the flax, I'm doing the production on all 6 fields. I'm putting it into the production and making the flax oil, and in my case using the flax straw to produce fabric in the local seamstress, it's called, or the spinnery. Yeah, the spinnery. Then the second part of the challenge was you were to get all the animals which are available on the map, other than horses, we were told. Now, what I done was I got the animals and I didn't just put cows, sheep and pigs. And hands up, honestly, I didn't put chickens in at all because I didn't want to be doing chickens because in my estimation, it's easy. And I know it's the look of the draw if you got them. That's it, but I didn't want to do them, so I didn't want to be saying, right, I'm not doing chickens anyway. I just didn't put them in. But what I done was, with all the pigs, I put in each breed of pig there is within the pigs. With all the cows, I put in each breed of cow, including water buffalo, Highland cattle, the whole lot. And the same with the sheep and the goats. And then I spun the wheel to pick an animal for me. And it picked Berkshire pigs for me. So what I have to do is I have to have 250 pigs on my farm, or a plot or whatever. That's your target. You have to have 250 pigs. Now, my way of wanting to do it is I want to produce the pig feed for them. I don't just want to throw in any old feed and say, oh, well, there you go, it's done. I just kind of like making things a little bit harder when I'm doing them. So I'll be looking to get the crops in the fields to produce the corn and whatever else I need to put in a pig feed mixer and actually make proper pig food moving forward when I am doing the pigs. Now, I do have a little twist to the way I'm going to do it, but I'm not going to reveal that until I actually get my first plot for the pigs and do that. It just another little twist, another little bit to make it just a little bit harder again. I like making things hard because I want to stay in this map for a while. Now, third threat, or was it the second threat? I can't remember which order they came in. We have a loan starting off. We start off with, what do we start off with? 500,000 and 250,000 loan. With the money we start off with, we had to buy the plot we have our farm on and 2 fields beside it. We had to sell all the buildings on the plot bar one. We had to retain one, and I retained the L-shaped shed I have on it. What you had to do then was you had to remove the farmhouse and place the farmhouse to the value of 50,000 back on the plot. Now, granted, you could have put the same one back if you wanted, because it is in the build mode. But I did place a different one. I placed one from Almatana's German building, or it's Almatana's farmhouse. I don't think is it in the German pack? It could be in the German pack, but it's one of hers anyway that I placed. It was 50,000. And the 2 fields beside it, one would have had mustard in, the other I can't remember what was in it. I just ploughed them back in anyway. And I was lucky enough to buy my first flax field, which was beside one of my other fields. And like that, I ploughed that back in. And because 2 of the crops I couldn't sow until the spring, I sowed grass in it. So I had grass in all 3 fields at the start. And I made hay out of that. And then when we got to the spring, we could plant flax. And what else did I put in? I can't remember now. I put it in. I think I actually put barley in. Yeah, there was spring barley. I put the spring barley in. And I ended up putting a silo down and bits and pieces so I could store the grain that come off them, so until I have a production to do something with it. But as regards to the loan, what we do is when we have the money left after selling off all the buildings and doing whatever we want with the balance regards machinery and stuff like that, you pay off 100,000, so you have 150,000 left on the loan. But then every January 1st, you then have to spin the wheel and ask, can I pay back the loan this year? Yes or no? And if it says yes, well, then you can pay back the loan. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to spin the wheel again. But if it says no, you then have to spin the wheel again and ask it, do I need to take another 100,000 loan? Yes or no? And if it says no, well, then you don't. You just continue to pay the interest on the 150,000 that you still have as your balance. If it says yes, well, then you have to borrow another 150, which means you're paying interest on that extra 100,000. So you're paying interest on the 250,000. And you have to do that every January. So depending on what way it goes, your loan money could go up to like 550,000 after 4 years, depending on what way it goes. Now, in the first year, I got a no and a no. And to be honest, I would have liked a no and a yes because I was stuck for money. And I would have taken the interest to get 100 grand to invest in what I had. But that's the way it goes. Like, you can be lucky. You could be lucky it can go your way and it can go against you. And like that, you could have all the money in the bank to pay off your loan. You get a no and you have to borrow another 100 grand that you don't really need. But that's part of the fun of the challenge. I've thrown a few extras in on my end of it. I spun the wheel again to get a second crop, which was millet. And with that second crop, I have to follow the same procedures where I have to buy all the fields that had millet as well and do the same thing. My reasoning behind that was to spread the farm wide on the map rather than having all the fields around where the farmyard is, just to spread it out. Now, another thing I decided to do is to ask ChatGPT to, on all the remaining crops apart from, say, grass and oilseed radish and the cover crops and that, do me a 6-year crop rotation plan for each field. I gave it all the numbers of the fields I'm going to have to buy, and it done out a crop rotation plan. So I don't get to choose, once I've done the millet and the flax, I don't get to choose what goes into any of them fields after that. It's already been decided by ChatGPT. Just a different element. I like this map, I want to stay on it, and that was the reasoning behind me making it just that little bit harder for myself, was just to do that, basically, just to do it that way. And I'm hoping that the map stays true to form. I was playing on it before and I had the map actually crash on me, but I was doing the constructables, which the constructable mods which came to Mod Hub. I downloaded some of them and I'd built the big Polish shed and I was working on other ones, and I just started on 2 of them and I couldn't get back into the map. It crashed and I couldn't even uninstall the mods. I couldn't get back in. I tried everything. I didn't want to try and restore it because last time I restored something, it affected the other saves I had on different maps, and I just said no, I wasn't doing the challenge at the time or anything, so I just went, okay, that's it. I just shut down the map and went on and started doing something else. But anyway, just brief description anyway. Where we are now, we're going to get through this month, and then when we get to January 1st, we're going to spin again and see what way it goes. I'm not too worried either way. If I do get it, I can pay off. I won't be paying off because I'll keep the money. I can see me, the way I look at it is, if I get 100,000 more of a loan, well then I can buy the oil mill straight away. If I don't, I'll have that 100,000 by March anyway, from contracts now. Hopefully I will have enough by March to get the oil mill anyway. So it'll only put me 2 months behind there, maybe 3 at the tops, 4 maybe. But we're getting close to being able to buy the oil mill anyway. So either way, I'm not worried. If it tells me I need to take 100 grand, or if it doesn't tell me. If it does tell me I need to, I'll go, yeah, that's great, because then I can get the oil mill straight away. And if it doesn't, it's not a big loss. So yeah, that's basically the challenge and my kind of twists on it. I know I've gone on for the last 15 minutes just talking about it. I just want to explain to anybody who's not up to speed on what the challenge is about. There's quite a few content creators doing it. The challenge was created by Zorch Farming. It's the second time he's done the triple threat challenge. He'd done it before on FS25, and yeah, I think he made a few changes to this version, because I would have watched his videos on the other one, but like that I wouldn't have been fully in tune with exactly what his intentions were regards what needed to be accomplished, because I wasn't doing the challenge. And you kind of take more interest when you are actually doing the challenge. But for now anyway, seagulls are still following me around. I'm going to get this field done. If nothing else comes up contract wise, then we will move on to the 2nd day of December, and we'll have a look at if more contracts have generated, what we're going to pick and what we're going to do. As I said, we got 20,000 last month. If we get 18,000 or 20,000 this month, it'll be a good month again, so it'll be money in the bank. And yeah, that's basically it. So let me get this done. I'll bring you back in a little while. Okay, we're on December 3rd. I just completed my animal welfare checks, and we have just topped up the goats with water. Only had to fill it once. Once you do it regular, you're filling it once, and that's all. Anyway, drop that trailer off. Okay, now we have milk there. Yeah, I have a conundrum. I have two problems. Very, very silly problems, but they are problems. Do I sell the hay. It's worth quite a bit of money. That would actually get me so close to buying the oil mill, wouldn't it? It really would. And it's going to start going down. It says it'll go up. January is the highest price, but it's above the highest price now. That's the only thing we're selling. The barley's actually worth quite a bit as well. We could sell that. Flax now we can't sell. It's gas. The flax is worth more, and there's less, quite a deal less. So I don't know what the actual the yield rate was on that on the field. I should have really kept a look at it. Our straw is worth 5,000 as well, which we don't need. We could get rid of. That's just enormous straw. So I think we could get the oil mill now. I really do. But I said I have two problems. And the second one is machinery related. And my main conundrum with this problem is I actually like this tractor. But something has come up in the second-hand market that I absolutely love. I started snowing last month. Okay, while I have you here, let's do this. Let's do this now. I have the contracts done. Okay, we completed. I done that ploughing contract first when I moved forward, and then all there was cultivation and ploughing contracts. I wonder if anything else come up since now. All cultivation. There you go. Look, harvesting what corn. Yeah, we wouldn't have been doing that anyway. That's only after coming up. There was only ploughing and cultivation. So I took what was there at the time when I moved in. We actually had this one here for 10,000, and I just said, right, I'll do that. So okay, overall totals, I'm going to collect these now, for the month of December is 22,173. So there you go. We're well able to get the oil mill now, which I think I will do. But let me just, I need to sell the bales, and I was looking for an easier option to transport them because they're going to take a long time to transport them when we can only take 14 on our bale trailer at a time. And I came in here to look and saying, no, there's no bale trailer there. And I went, I should have bought the Bailey trailer when I was looking for it, or when it was on the second-hand market. But this tractor came up. And of course, I absolutely adore this tractor. Absolutely adore it. Now, it's only 19 hours on it. It has the Zero Compact on it. We can bump it up to 200 horsepower, which is below our max. What does it go after 200? 230. Yeah, well, 200 is the max we can go to. I know this tractor inside out. Put beacons on it, left and right, 240. There's nothing else we need to do with that. They're compacted on it. I was thinking, if I do buy this, do I change it to blue, because I've always had green? I've always had the green one. 920 wheels red. Yeah, we leave them at that. 45,000. What's costing 7? Changing the colour. Okay, change the colour is costing us 5 grand. I don't think we'll change the colour then if we're going to buy it. That's more like it. Just to change the colour. Okay, guys, I am going to buy this. I just can't resist it. Okay. Buy. We're going to sell the John Deere. I know, I was waiting for the John Deere, can't remember the model, the SL modding one to come, or to get to the point where I could buy one new. Now I could still buy one new down the road. It goes to 200 horsepower as well. But, sorry John Deere, you're gone. And I loved having the John Deere tractor on the John Deere baler. Another thing too, red tape mod. The scheme has come up for spreading road salt on the roads. I'm not doing it because you need to do some amount of driving to make any money out of it. And last time I done it on another series, I ended up losing money. So, because you have to buy the road salt yourself. And okay, you get the spreader, they provide it. All right, let me get this sorted out, because we're going to move forward then we're going to roll that dice. And I still have to see, like, do I need to buy a trailer to actually shift those bales, because there's no way I can shift that amount of hay with the small little bale trailer I have. So I'll bring it back in a little bit. I'm going to get this tractor swapped over. Deal's done. Tractor's gone. We sold the John Deere. We got rid of the weight as well because it was John Deere weight. I couldn't change the colour, and there was a second-hand Fendt weight. So we're 200 horsepower. This is our most powerful tractor now. The John Deere, what am I saying, New Holland, can be upped, and I've made the decision to let's get rid of some of the bales. So we need a trailer. So we're going to jump in here and have a look. There's nothing in the second-hand market. So we're going to flatbeds and we're going to have a look. And like when you look at them all and you go, I just can't. I can't pass on the Bailey trailer. It is just a fabulous trailer. What colour did we go with? Let's go with our custom colours. We're going to go with that. It's a matte colour. Rims, we leave them as is. Frames, where's the frames? Bale support, front and rear. It's going to cost us 22 for wheels. Standard. What's the difference? Wheel setup doesn't look like it's changing anything. Standard. Number plate, we don't need one. And buy. Okay. So they couldn't face. Look, there's a trailer. Oh no, I thought it was in the second-hand market. Okay, I thought I went back out to the second-hand market and there's a trailer there. Me bad. Okay, so we have what is probably my favourite old tractor in the game, and I did say, yeah, I'm using equipment that I haven't used this in so long. I used it so much, and then I haven't used it in a long time now. Real time in life, probably about 3 or 4 months since I used one of these. And I was hoping the whole time one would come up in the second-hand market across so many of my game saves, and it didn't. So when I seen it coming up here, I just went, you know what? Yeah, I need it. I just enjoy this so much. Probably could do with duals as well for the winter weather on this map. It seems to be a thing, but you know what? We'll take it as it is. I'm going to get back. I'm going to get some bales loaded up, see where the best place is to sell them. Okay, we've gone down a bit. We still need 80,000. We've 80,000 worth of bales. We won't be selling them all, but yeah, it just might set us back a little bit because we probably won't have any contracts in January. But we'll see how many bales we're going to sell or what we're going to sell. But we're kind of kitted out now with everything we need for the time being on the farm, pretty well kitted out with 2 decent tractors, decent bale trailer. We do have the West trailer we could sell if we want. I'm kind of reluctant because we got it so cheap to get rid of it. It was in the second-hand market. I'm reluctant to offload it because if we need a smaller trailer for any reason at all down the road, that would be our go-to. Okay, let me get a trailer full of bales loaded up and then we'll go and sell them together. Loaded up and heading for the sale point. I know we're in December, but I'm like a kid at Christmas who's just got his what do you wanted from Santi. We're loaded up with 192,000 litres and we're heading for bale selling point at the farmers. I'm not 100% sure where this is within. Is it through the shed? I can't remember. Did I ever sell bales here? I'm going to find out. That's sweet. It really is. I'm chuffed. Absolutely chuffed. Now I wonder will this trailer fit through? If it has to go through the shed, will it fit through? Looks like it has to go through. We're going to find out now. Okay, let's see. Oh, I remember this, yeah. Because he used to sell the vegetables in the other shed and he used to drive through here. Okay, let's see what we get. Do it in one go. 12,328 plus 1,756, so nearly 14,000. And what have we got left? Oh, I'm just going to save that while I'm here. What have we got left? Stock check. Hey, we can get rid of this straw as well. Hey, we still a lot. Oh, we've 1.1 million up. We've loads. Okay, guys, I'm going to sell. Gonna hold back probably 200,000 litres. So still nearly 1 million litres of hay to sell. And we'll see what we have. We'll see how close we are to getting our oil mill. I'm always conscious of the fact that we mightn't have any income next month, apart from a little bit of goat milk. So that could be the, and then again we have to roll the dice next month as well for the loan. So things are going well. Let me get this sold and then I'll bring you back in when I'm on the last bit I'm selling, and let's see if we can get that total up to. I have grooves worn in the roads running back and forth between the bale shed and sell point to get rid of the hay, and look how close we are. We're going to break through the 240,000 barrier with this one, and I think we have one more lot of 24 bales to go. I sold it. Normal straw bales are gone. Well, I just thought bring it back in for the goal of reaching 140, or sorry, 240, so we can buy the oil mill. Here we go. 244,723. So we have our oil mill money, which I was not expecting to have this side of the new year. But I guess I put in the hard work, so kind of had a different approach than everyone else with regards to fields. Everyone spent their money on a combine and everything else first. I just got what I needed to prepare the fields and that, and work towards the first crop being like at the start of the second year, I suppose July, August in the second year. So maybe, I'm not saying it was the best way to do it, but it was my best way to do it, if you know what I mean. It was the way I felt I would achieve more. So right, I'm going to load up this last pallet and I'll bring you back when we're buying the oil mill. 258,263 in the bank. So we have the money to buy the oil mill. We're on our way to the oil mill now with our trailer full of flax, which is going to be turned into flax oil. So we need to buy the mill first. Now, careful there. Tight in here. I'm going to apologise in advance for probably going to be in this tractor every time you join me. Right, now, just before we do this, let's just check, stock check. It's telling us we've 45,000. What else we got? We have 152,000 litres of hay left. We're not selling that. Flax straw needs to go into the local spinnery, and the barley needs to go in the grain mill when we get one. The poppies can go here as well, so I'll bring them up after. And then that's it. That's going to put us with very little money. And where is our trigger? It's around here, isn't it, at the front door? Did I go past it? No. There we go, front door. Okay. Buy. Do you want to purchase the oil? Yes, I do. There you go. So, we now are the proud owners of one oil mill. And we're going to start producing flax oil. And we're going to save the game. Let's do a purchase. Just to be 100% sure. And let's get our flax in. So we have the mill, so we can deal with our product from our flax fields. Next thing is, what's it called? Local spinnery. I'm going to just jump over and visit this for a second. Much is it? It's 150,000. Then we can process the flax straw, which I don't know. I didn't even bother reaching out to ask Sarge. Is that a necessity in this? Because we have two products coming from the field that are different. Because you could say then, well, then you got to put down a straw processing thing for straw if you got barley or wheat or anything like that. But I don't know. It's just the fact that you can make fabric out of the flax straw on these maps. I just thought it would be a nice add-on to it. And there you go. We're off and running, producing our flax oil, which means now probably the next target will be the 100 grand we need for the field beside us, that we can get another flax field in and get some more flax to make more flax oil. We do have a field of canola sown, which we'll be able to do canola oil next come is it June or July, whenever that's harvested. Can't remember exactly when. So I actually thought starting out in this was going to be a fairly humdrum run through the winter up until we spin the dice for the loan in January, and maybe then if we got a no repay and spin again then and got a yes for taking another 100 grand, that it was going to take us all the way up there. Now I did say I was keeping the hay in reserve for the top of the market, which is now, to get the money out of that if it was going to get us over the line, and it did, and it paid off to keep that field in grass, even though we have enough hay. Even now I notice the bale is only gone that was sitting in the intake point, so we're going to have to feed the goats, make sure they have feed and that. And and even if I wanted now, I have enough to put down my chicken coop, which is 14,000, but I wouldn't have enough to get any chickens. So there's no rush on that. Plus, I would like a better location for it. And I think maybe what might happen there is we might just leave that for now. But let me just park this. Amazing how much easier it is to reverse if you just take it slowly. Great episode. We got what has to be my favourite old tractor in the game, a Fendt. It's not a 928, it's a 920 because it's 200 horsepower. Turn off the lights and we turn off the beacons. Tractor's off and out we get. And with that, guys, episode number 12 from Wola Zabierzowska. That's it. We have got our oil mill. There's nothing else for us to do in this. I could move on to January and spin the wheel, but I'm not going to do that. You need to come back right at the start of the next episode. That'll be happening, and we'll run through it with you. I'll probably just take this up until 5 o'clock today and save the game there, and we'll come back to move into January at the start of the next episode, and we're going to have to spin and see what happens, see what contracts we have. There won't be much for January and February, but at least we have an income now with the flax oil. It'll be something. And I got out of my tractor when I need to get back into my tractor and go and deliver the poppy oil. So that's what I get for daydreaming and talking to you instead of concentrating on what I'm meant to be doing. Anyway, once again, thanks a million for joining me on this episode of the Triple Threat Challenge on Wola Zabierzowska. Episode number 12. Done, dusted, in the bag. Very progressive episode. We've made probably the biggest strides so far. When I actually did start out the episode thinking it was just going to be humdrum, get through the winter, and that was going to be it. We haven't got a lot of poppies, but I'm going to deliver them anyway. And we have achieved far more than I actually expected in this one. And thanks again for joining me. I'm very wary of my fields because there's crop destruction. And I can't see the line between the crop and that. Well, I can make it out enough anyway not to go in there. Yeah, thanks again. Please hit the like button on your way out. If you're not subscribed, you want to follow on, hit the subscribe button, hit the notifications. If you haven't seen any of the episodes in this series, go back and watch the first one. You'll see what we started with and that. And then, hit the mic again. Come back and join us for the next episode. Episode number 13. Will it be lucky or not? Well, we'll see. But for now, all that's left for me is to say goodbye until next time. Bye bye.